2, 1. It's live.
President Thug, the explosive new book by Garrard McClendon. President Thug. President Thug, how the father of 45,000 lies fleeced, finagled, fished, and fooled friends, flunkies, spawners, and followers into the fiery flames of Dante's Inferno. President Thug. Available in book, ebook, and audiobook.
Welcome, welcome, everyone. Happy 2021. These are supposed to be good times, everybody. But, you know, of course, we are in some critical times. This is Cooley Off the Cuff, and I'm your host, Waylon Cooley. And my co-host is Dr. Garrard McClendon. But back to these critical times that we're in. 20 million people are out of work. Over 350,000 people have died from coronavirus complications. But today we're still talking about the man himself, Donald Trump. A president that loved chaos and confusion. And I mean, we had to do this breaking news, Cooley's Off the Cuff. I wanted to come into the new year with some positive things. With our show and our format. But of course, due to all that's going on in this world right now, are we living in the Banana Republic or are we living in the United States? I don't know what to say, but I will say this. I'm gonna bring in my co-host, Dr. Garrard McClendon, and I gotta ask this question. The 25th Amendment needs to be done now. It's time to invoke Donald Trump today. Do we impeach Trump or remove him from office today because he's unfit to be our president? Dr. Garrard McClendon, I'm going to bring you on in, my brother.
Man, look, let me say it like this. Hell cannot be any worse than this. What we saw was a hostile takeover of the Capitol building by some goons, some thugs, and cult followers. When senators' lives are endangered, we have to do something. See, look, when a congressman and senator is in trouble, is in danger, what does that mean for the rest of American society? The president has endangered the lives of the legislative branch. Yes, you got to invoke the 25th. I mean, he's already been impeached once. That didn't do anything because they didn't remove him from office because the House impeached him. The Senate chose not to remove him. However, you got to invoke the 25th. Okay. What is the 25th Amendment? In case of the removal of the president from office, you install the vice president. Congress can decide in 48 hours, and then it could take 21 days, but you still have to have a 2/3 vote of both houses to remove the unfit president. But we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe Congress has the guts now. I've known this for the last 4 years that he was unfit to be president, but maybe with this MAGA cult violent act that took place at the Capitol building, maybe now people realize that this man has committed treason and insurrection.
Exactly. You know, what I'm thinking is if we remove him today, Pence becomes president. Now, if Pence becomes president, would he actually pardon Trump? I mean, you know, it's just a thought. But Pence definitely needs to be the president now. Trump is definitely unfit. He has been unfit, like you said, since 3 years ago, since he got into office. But for the last 90 days, And even prior to that, he had done anything but focused on the campaign as a loser, a sore loser. So when you have a person that can't even focus besides on themselves, what can they do for our country? Nothing. So these last 14 or 12 days really don't matter, but they matter if Trump is still in office. So yes, let's impeach him, not impeach him. Let's get him out of there today on the 25th Amendment. Hopefully they come together and make this happen. But moving past this, what do you think about, should he be arrested? And when I say should he be arrested, I'm talking about, should Donald Trump be arrested, Don Jr., Rudy Giuliani, for enticing the people to walk down to the Capitol building and get ready for combat? Now, but you know, Trump had already put it out there. What was that, a week or two ago? Or maybe, I don't know how long ago what that tweet was. Get ready for, what did he say, Dr. McClendon? It's going to be wild.
It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Absolutely. You know, why is there widespread unbelief about domestic terrorism? The president is a domestic terrorist. Make America Great Again, that cult movement, those are American terrorists. See, women, the poor, and people of color, we've been terrorized since the beginning of the country. It's a no-brainer. Protesting the election outcome is a cowardice act. He's been protesting the election. I won. I won. You know, Biden gets over 80 million votes. President Thug Donald Trump still believes that he won the election and that he was cheated. Treason. Right. Treason. The crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or to overthrow the government. That's what we saw at the Capitol building the other day. Donald Trump incited a riot. He incited a riot. If Waylon Cooley incites a riot, if Garrard McClendon incites a riot, we're going to jail. Donald Trump will probably go to jail after he's out of office for several crimes.
I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that he's going to be able to pardon himself. I don't know this for a fact. It depends on if he's in office. I know he's probably going to try to pardon himself. But if he's able to pardon himself, we know that he can only do it on the federal level. So the state rules will not apply. So therefore, New York or whoever else is after him, New Jersey, I don't know how many people that are really trying to definitely sue him. It's going to happen. So hopefully, though, even if the lawsuits go through, there is some time served and not a pat on the back. Because, of course, as we know, the rich do always get away with a lot of things. But I'm hoping that he doesn't get away. He needs to do some jail time somewhere.
Well, you know, see, the thing is this. He still has immunity right now because he's president of the United States. In the next few days, he's going to be out of here. I mean, if we look at history, William Bruce Mumford was convicted of treason and he was hanged in 1862 for tearing down a United States flag during the American Civil War. I'm not calling on any violence to happen to Donald Trump. I'm not calling on that. All I'm saying is that this man has committed treason in the highest form by cuddling up with foreign enemy powers, Vladimir Putin in Russia.
Yes.
By teaming up with Cambridge Analytica, a digital firm that helped him get elected, by convincing the persuadables, make America great again, to vote his way. And I'm telling you, man, this country is in chaos now. It's in chaos because he not only incited that riot at the Capitol building, he developed it and created it. That's what we're going to find out in the by and by.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess the question is, again, do we go after Rudy and Don Jr. as well as Donald Trump?
We go after everybody because look, they're criminals. They're criminals. It's not even a question anymore whether we go after them. They're criminals. Exactly. And they've been hiding under the guise of being wealthy, rich, white men with political power. See, if I do the same things, if you do the same things, if Barack Obama did the same things that President Thug, President Donald Trump did, it'd be a totally different story. We're not seeing that because these are powerful people. The Wire, the HBO series that was on a few years ago, they really said in the last episode that manure travels downhill, right?
Right.
The rich will always look out for themselves.
Exactly. Well said. Hey, listen, well said. Well said. I guess, you know, I'm just, you know, honestly, I'm hurt. I'm hurt to the fact, to say it this way, I'm just going to get to the point. Black lives matter to me. White lives matter to me. But what I was shown yesterday, it seemed like white lives matter so much more. Because the simple fact of it is that makes, you know, and I'm a very calm person, but to know that these people were able to walk up to the Capitol building and the police officers and the federal police allowed it. Now, what I'm saying is they allowed it to the fact of it is if you notice when Black Lives Matter was having a protest, they had the National Guards out there standing firm. But they allowed these people to come up, these great people, as Donald Trump would say. These are patriots. Allowed them to come up on the grounds, push the barriers out the way. They sprayed them. They pushed back. Not one shot fired right there immediately. It took a long time before that happened, which was inside. But what I'm saying is no one lost their life, and that's even worse. But if it would have been a Black Lives Matter movement, we probably would have got cans sprayed, shot across the street. We would have never made it across the street. So this showed me a lot more about our country and what the MAGA really mean, because there were police officers taking selfies, and they were taking selfies with these police officers. And we didn't seen this before in Minnesota, the same thing. So why can these people take pictures with you and everything's cool, but us, we get sprayed, shot at, and things of that nature? So now, remember, these are good people, and there was no violence. This was vandalism on the Capitol. These people Trump posted before in his tweets. If anything like this on federal grounds, these people get 10 years. These people walked away. Not far as I know, anybody that was vandalizing the building, of course, they're going to do face recognition and things of that nature, but they weren't arrested yet. It's just outstanding to me, man. I mean, not outstanding, it's disturbing.
Yeah. But you know, once again, the country was founded on slavery, right? you know, the United States of America was not founded on a good premise. See, everybody wants to say, oh, it's the best country to live in the world. Okay, well, yeah, maybe, but okay, so what's the standard? And does the best country in the world, is it the best country in the world for everyone in the country? If you're wealthy, if you're white, if you're male, if you're a property owner, if you control people, it's probably a great country. But outside of that, the country is extremely mediocre. I mean, here's the thing, man. Donald Trump created that riot. The National Guard wasn't there because who calls the National Guard? Donald Trump. So if nobody else can call the National Guard, you weren't going to see military there. It was planned. Everyone's, well, there wasn't enough security. There wasn't enough security because Donald Trump didn't allow it.
Exactly.
Muriel Bowser of Washington, D.C., she wanted all of these things implemented and into place, but they didn't occur because Donald J. Trump, the president of the United States, didn't want security there. If you watch closely of the video when they stormed the Capitol building, you saw so-called police officers running into the building with them.
Listen,
man, this thing was planned. Don't trust anyone in higher office in the United States, especially if it's as corrupt as Donald Trump's administration. He's President Thug on a high level.
Listen, that's a good segue into your book. And before we run into talk about your book that you wrote, and an outstanding job, thank you for it. And I mean, you know, I got to ask where your inspiration come from, which is not too hard to come up with a book titled President Thug. But before we go into your book and reviews, I want to find out just one last part of this. Do you feel that this was an inside job?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely was an inside job. Of course, it was an inside job. For a man to say this is going to be wild, for a man to have a rally and a speech in the Capitol building on the day when votes are supposed to be certified, of course it's an inside job. President Thug is going down for this, man. And all of those MAGA minions that were caught on videotape and camera, they're going down, man, because the FBI is going to say, hey, it's only going to take $500, maybe even $50 to ask a person, do you know this person? They're going to say, yeah, give me that $50. I know exactly where he is, who he is. I know his phone number and I know his address. Arrest him. So hell is to be paid in a few days.
Dude, you know what? And I want to say this. I know that it was an inside job like yourself, and we both feel that way. But this is the thing that hurts the most, because the simple fact of it is everyone was there, House and Senate, the vice president. Do you know all it took is one self-bomber just blow up and eliminate everyone? Mm-hmm. This was planned, and we both feel that way. But for a president or anyone to don't care nothing about themselves, it was shown, it was proven, where everybody was at risk. And all it would take is just one person to have a bomb on them, blend right in, masked up and everything. We're so blessed that this did not happen, because then what would happen there? I don't even know the laws on it. How long would President Trump, well, of course he wouldn't be in office, but how would even the procedures go if that would have happened for him to be voted out now? Because they were doing the final count, but everything had went through. But I'm just saying I'm just dumbfounded to the fact of it is that somebody would do that to our people that's supposed to help us, and you're supposed to protect them. And for the police officers that did not show up any attention as far as helping them. Yeah.
Congress is no better, though. I mean, come on, man. They haggling over the last 6 months about giving people $600 checks. Yeah, I don't trust any of these people anymore. They're ridiculous. They're supposed to be the legislators. They're supposed to be the Congress and the senators of our country who are supposed to take care of the people, and they're haggling over $600 checks. They're haggling over whether you should have the National Guard there. They're haggling over whether you should a billy club, or I mean, look, Waylon Cooley.
Yes, sir.
There should have been mounted police everywhere. There should have been police in riot gear at the Capitol building with German shepherds.
They should have.
And it didn't happen. It didn't happen because President Donald Trump, the President Thug, didn't want it to happen. He wanted chaos.
He got chaos.
And that's exactly what he got. And this is no different than, man, Timothy McVeigh, Terry Nichols. They blew up the Oklahoma City building. And I'm telling you, more will happen if Donald Trump isn't put into his place by Congress. More is going to happen, man. I mean, this is just the canary in the coal mine, brother.
Listen, I'm hoping, like I said again, if they take him out of the office, the 25th Amendment works today. Hopefully they remove him, because he has 12 more days to do damage. And who knows what will happen in these 12 more days. He's definitely has lost it. He has all the codes to the bombs that he can release. We are in danger. America, this is for real. This is no joke. This is not a reality show anymore. The show is over with. It's done. Yesterday proved the show is over with. And the charades of everybody that was supporting him, I'm talking about as far as the team, the House, and the Senate that got behind him, Republicans. I'm hoping now, okay, you guys see the light. And if you want to still associate yourself with that, that's on you. For all those MAGA.
Yeah. See, let's be very clear. I don't trust Trump supporters, period. I don't trust them. I think they're despicable people. I don't trust them. A Trump supporter is not a Republican. Let's not get it twisted, because Trump isn't a Republican. Trump was looking for a party that would accept him so he could do his dirty work. These are the malevolent MAGA minions. They're angry apologists that gave President Thug the keys to the White House.
Yes.
They give him the benefit of the doubt every time. We got to realize this. Abandon all hope. Is in Dante's Inferno. Abandon all hope if you enter the lair of the liar. He is Beelzebub, the Lord of the flies and the Lord of the lies. He is Demogorgon. He's Mephistopheles. He's the prince of this world. He's Iblis. But henceforth, we're going to call him President Thug.
Listen, one more thing I want to say before we go into the book. If you notice, they were trying to remove the American flag and put up Donald Trump's flag. That's when enough is enough, folks. President Thug, Dr. Garrard McClendon, come on now. You got this wonderful book here. Let me show the book cover because, I mean, my brother, where the inspiration come from? I mean, I know the president, but I'm just saying, when did you take out time to write this? Because this happened to drop a little bit before all this has happened. So this is like a perfect book for what's going on right now. Please fill us in.
For the last 8 months, I have been so upset at the United States, at this president, and at the electorate. So upset. So I said, am I going to just post stuff on the internet about how mad I am about Donald Trump? Or am I going to sit down and write a book in 8 months about how despicable and how evil this man really is? So I cataloged everything in this book, laying out all of his sins and transgressions so that it doesn't just dissipate in the air. It needs to be written and it needs to be read. President Thug. He doesn't desire paradiso. He loathes and hates honesty. President Trump, he hates fortitude, hates good works. He hates spiritual love. See, this is who this country elected, right? He hates thoughtfulness and blessedness and intellect. He hates virtue. This is who we elected. President Trump's soul is counterfeit, man. It's empty. It's devoid of love. And this country and the Russians and Cambridge Analytica and the Persuadables and the MAGA minions put that evil man in office. That's why I wrote the book, so people will know that this is a cult disguised in a political party. It's a cult, man. This is no different than David Koresh. This is no different. This is no different than Applewhite. This is no different than Jim Jones drinking cyanide-laced Kool-Aid, man, telling his parishioners to drink cyanide-laced Kool-Aid if you want to go to heaven. This is no different, man. And we saw it when all of those MAGA millions and those Trumpites stormed the Capitol building, man. They're thugs, man. They're goons. They're despicable, bad people. They're not patriots. They're traitors.
They're good people. Remember, Donald Trump supports good people. They're traitors, and I love you. That's what he said. I love you.
Yep. Those people are horrible, man. The divine comedy in a world of Donald Trump is a dreadful, hellish tragedy. That's what we're living in right now. You got to 25th Amendment that guy and get him out of there because he's dangerous for every American.
That's enough said. Listen, thank you for taking out the time of your busy day to be on the show. I mean, because you are my co-host, and I know you've been busy. And writing a wonderful book like this at a perfect time. I'm leaving the book on the screen because it needs to be seen. So tell the people where they can purchase this book from. I'm going to pull the book up full screen.
Everywhere books are sold, ebook, the paperback, the audio book. You can hit Books A Million, bam. You can hit barnesandnoble.com. You can go to amazon.com and get your copy today. You will enjoy the reading, but the book, I'm going to warn you, the book's going to make you very upset because you will realize that if you are not a Trump supporter, you could have did more to prevent this man from being elected president of the United States. He's a horrible person. He's a goon. He is President Thug.
Listen, I want to just tell our wonderful audience that chimed in and took out a minute out their day to just join us. Thank you all for chiming in. I see that we had a couple of people that chimed in. I'm trying to copy this link right quick, and I'm going to spit you out. We had Keisha. Thank you for leaving us a note that the skin color been different though. investigations are coming out. And I'm going to just put that up there right quick. That's what she posted for us. So they're coming out of some of the ones that were caught have connections with the extreme right-wing cult. Keisha, we are in agreement with that. Definitely. That's like I said, again, we saw them taking pictures with them, having a good little time. And as the results were, we see what the outcome is. They got in the building and things happened. So not to go on, we over our time. We had 25 minutes, but thank you people for chiming in. This is Cooley Off the Cuff. I'm Waylon Cooley and my co-host, Dr. Garrard McClendon, the author of President Thug. And as we go out, let me do that one little last commercial. And why do I have to find a commercial, Dr. McClendon? It's supposed to be just like right here in the.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. There it is. It's something similar. Here we go. And people, thank you again. Y'all have a wonderful day. You know what? 2021 is going to be a better year after we get him out of office. Okay. Pray these last 12 days, hurry up and do not let him touch those buttons. Get him out of office. All right, Dr. Garrard McClendon. Hey, enjoy your day. And here we go.
President Thug, the explosive new book by Garrard McClendon. President Thug. President Thug, how the father of 45,000 lies fleeced, finagled, fished, and fooled friends, flunkies, spawners, and followers into the fiery flames of Dante's Inferno. President Thug, available in book, ebook, and audiobook.